You woke up this morning, had coffee, scrolled your phone, maybe watched something, and somehow, you still felt nothing. Not sad, not happy, just flat. Here's what nobody tells you. That emptiness is not a personality flaw. It's not laziness. It's biology, and it may be happening to millions of people right now without them having any idea why. Neuroscientist Dr. Anna Lemke, author of Dopamine Nation, puts it bluntly. We are living in a time of unprecedented access to high dopamine stimuli, and our brains were not built for this. That's exactly what this video is about. What's happening inside your brain, why normal things stop feeling good, and what you can actually do about it. Before we go further, if this sounds like something you or someone you know is living right now, hit that like button, drop a comment, and share this video. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And please, don't skip any part. Every section builds on the last. Number 1. The dopamine baseline shift. There's a chemical in your brain called dopamine. Most people think it's the pleasure chemical. That's not quite right. It's actually the anticipation chemical. It fires when you expect something good, not just when you get it. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Every time you get a hit of something highly stimulating, a notification, a reel, junk food, a win, your brain doesn't just enjoy it. It adjusts. It raises what researchers call your hedonic baseline. Basically, your brain recalibrates what counts as normal. Psychologist Dr. Kent Berridge, whose research at the University of Michigan appears to indicate a clear split between wanting and liking in the brain, found that over time, the wanting system gets louder while the actual satisfaction gets quieter. You keep chasing. You keep arriving at nothing. So the coffee that used to wake you up feels weak now. The show you used to love feels boring. The conversation that would have excited you 5 years ago barely registers. Your brain didn't break. It adapted to a world it was never designed for. Number 2. Overstimulation is numbing you in real time. Think about the last time you sat in silence for 10 minutes without reaching for anything. Hard to remember, right? A 2014 study at the University of Virginia found that most people, when left alone with their thoughts and no devices, chose to give themselves mild electric shocks rather than sit quietly. That's how uncomfortable an unstimulated brain has become. The philosopher Blaise Pascal wrote this in the 1600s. All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. He wrote that before smartphones existed, before Netflix, before the entire attention economy was engineered to keep your eyes moving every 1.7 seconds. What's happening right now is that your nervous system has been trained to need constant input. When that input disappears, even briefly, the brain reads it as a threat. Anxiety spikes. Restlessness kicks in. You grab your phone without thinking. That reflex? It's not weakness. It's conditioning. And conditioning can be reversed. Number 3. Why just enjoy life? Advice completely misses the point. Someone has probably told you to get outside more, or find a hobby, or just be grateful. And look, those things are not wrong, but they miss the actual mechanism at work. When your dopamine baseline has shifted upward through months or years of overstimulation, moderate pleasures don't register. A walk in the park can't compete neurologically with a dopamine spike engineered by a billion-dollar tech company. Psychiatrist Dr. Judson Brewer's work on habit loops suggests that the brain doesn't respond well to willpower-based suppression. What it responds to is substitution paired with awareness, noticing the craving, understanding what it's actually offering, and replacing the spike with something that restores rather than escalates. In practical terms, it's not about removing pleasure. It's about recalibrating what pleasure feels like. That means deliberately choosing lower stimulation activities, not as punishment, but as a kind of neurological recalibration. Cooking a meal, a slow walk without headphones, reading a physical book. These aren't boring. They're medicine. Number 4. The reset is possible, but it takes longer than you think. Here's the part most productivity influencers skip. Recovery from overstimulation is not a weekend detox. Research into dopamine receptor sensitivity, including work by Dr. Nora Fokow at the National Institute on Drug Abuse, suggests that meaningful receptor recovery after chronic overstimulation could take anywhere from 2 weeks to several months. That sounds discouraging. It's actually freeing, because it means those first few days of boredom, irritability, and flatness when you cut back on screens or stimulation, That's not failure. That's withdrawal. That's your brain recalibrating. That's the baseline shifting back down to where normal things feel good again. The protocol is almost annoyingly simple. Reduce your highest dopamine inputs: social media, pornography, ultra-processed food, constant news, and sit with the discomfort long enough for your brain to remember how to feel things on its own. One study at King's College London found that participants who did a 1-week low-stimulation experiment reported significantly higher life satisfaction scores afterward, not during. During, it felt terrible. That gap between the discomfort and the reward, that's exactly where most people quit. Don't quit there. So let's bring this together. Your brain isn't broken. It's been trained by an environment that profits from your distraction to need more and more just to feel the same. The flatness you feel isn't a character flaw. It's a signal, and signals can be read. Patterns can be changed. The science appears to suggest, pretty consistently, that the path back to feeling normal is not more stimulation. It's less, slower, quieter, more deliberate. That walk you've been postponing. That conversation you've been replacing with scrolling. That book collecting dust on the shelf. They're not small things. They might be exactly what your brain is waiting for. If this video made you think differently about how you've been living, share it. Someone in your life may need to hear this today. Like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and come back for the next one. Because understanding your brain is the beginning of everything.